I just saw a video with Elon Musk talking about AI. About how AI could be used for good or for bad. But then he started talking about his own company, whatever it's called, and how they could make it good by hooking up the human brain to some AI cloud or whatever with Bluetooth. I checked out that company website, and it appeared to me at least that they drill hole in the skull, then insert some electrodes there by some robot that would exactly connect them to different parts of the brain, and then you should be able to basically read and write intelligence to and from the brain and the AI computer. I mean, for entertainment purposes, good story, but of course it's science fiction. And I just happen to have read about those implants that actually have been made into humans, where that implant could detect certain crude motor functions between the brain and the hand or the arm, so that when you thought that you were moving your hand, especially if you didn't have an arm, which those implants seemed to be made for, if you really imagine that you were moving your hand, and that signal was somehow picked up left or right or whatever and translated into a mouse pointer moving on the screen, which could of course be helpful to those who are bereft of some limb. But from there, actually picking up intelligent information from the mind, good luck. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I personally believe that the brain is an interface between the mind and the body, the senses. I mean, the idea that the actual content of the mind would be generated by the brain, located in the brain, is complete science fiction. They have never been able to show how information like that can be encoded in the brain. They're speculating wildly, but that's where they are. I don't know. But what interests me is how certain people today get idealized and idolized like some gurus, geniuses. And why? Well, we used to have Einstein. I don't think there was anyone more idealized than him when it comes to science and intellectual stuff like that. But today, what's interesting is that it can be a businessman. And then when you have billions and billions and you sit down and talk, anything people will listen to, and they will share, and they will go, wow. And even if it doesn't make sense, they will somehow or other rationalize it in their minds that it's just something we can't understand because we don't know. And then if you make cool things like that and you use media to show that you have made them, then you can get more investors. So it seems to be a bit of the thing of our time. Anyway, I'm just a little guy sitting in little Sweden, and I'm not here to be against anyone or like that. I'm just saying. But what I do find interesting is that the theories that Musk and others are into about the reality we live in, that we have learned to see as the reality, the most substantial and objectively absolute concrete reality that there is, that it's more of a virtual nature, simulated world of some sort. Because this is really what I have been into for about 40 years. And it would be quite interesting to have a discussion with someone like Elon Musk about this, because I think that this is something that we would have to put our effort into more as human beings, to clear up our understanding of the world, understanding life here, the foundation and the roots of everything that is going on here, by really putting some good science into exploring that, rather than just dreaming about going to Mars and flying around in space and inventing fun little machines. So yeah,